How's it going, guys? I got a pick here in this Week 11 matchup. You got the Patriots versus Jets. This matchup, we got the Patriots, a very sizable favorite at money line minus 950, as well as that spread set at 13 points, 13 and a half. Kind of seen it been bouncing around anywhere from there. With that total set at 43. This matchup obviously is a division rival matchup. We obviously all know that the Patriots are on a hot streak, the hottest streak in the NFL currently. They're on a 7-game win streak. They pretty much took the ball in their own hands in every single game and pulled away. They really haven't put themselves really even in much danger. Yes, they kind of allowed the Falcons to come back the previous week before, but still really, I wouldn't say never was a chance, but it really wasn't. This Patriots team is a team that I know earlier in their season, I knew it was going to take a bit of time for them to kind of get going and realize the talent and the potential they had. I just didn't really think that they were going to get going. And I just didn't think that once they got going, they were going to be this good. We see them at 8-2 currently, with just the 2 losses being the Patriots and the other loss being seven games ago being the Steelers. So they started off 2-1, or sorry, they started off 1-2, and then they went on this 7-game win streak. So, like I said, this Patriots team coming into the season was the highest cap team. They had money to spend, and they spent it. They got a lot of players. They got top tier players from a bunch of teams that kind of brought it in. And it was just only a matter of time between they started meshing and they were going to be able to get the ball rolling and really look like a whole full team that's been playing with each other for a good minute now, like we were seeing. So we did see them, not the start of the streak, but pretty much an earlier start of the streak, beat the Bills, which was a huge win at Buffalo. That is a division rival game as well. And that in itself was just a huge win for the Patriots. And I believe helped them get their momentum and the ball really rolling in the season, because after that game, they've won the next 5 in a row after that win. So we do see that the Jets have lost the past 5 seasons to the Patriots. They have a losing record. They are 2-8, so they've only won 2 games out of the 10 that they've played the past 5 seasons, as well as their ATS against Patriots during those 5 seasons is only 3-7. So it's not like they're losing, but they're covering these games. They're pretty much losing and getting smacked up. And not even covering. So as well as we do see this Jets team struggling, especially with turning the ball over. They have they're minus 10 in their turnover difference, meaning they have 11 turnovers and just 1 takeaway. They've turned the ball 11 times, whether it's an interception or a fumble, and they just have 1 takeaway from the defense, which is quite unacceptable. I mean, this is a team where they're having a coach that was arguably one of the best defensive coaches last season, was a high prospect and someone that everyone was looking to get. And their defense is not the best at all. I mean, they've really taken almost a step back, if anything. They do have those 2 trades that they just did within the Quinton Williams as well as Sauce Gardner. So those 2 trades would have been a bit of an effect, but we just seen this last game against the Browns that it really didn't have too much of an effect as we really thought it was going to. And they actually performed pretty well, especially their defensive line. They did have a couple of sacks, especially McDonald. McDonald had 4 sacks last week. And I do think that him being questionable is something to take a look at, because he is a critical defensive player, especially with Quinton Williams being gone. If we look on the other end, we do see Patriots just with that 1 turnover difference. They have minus 1 for that turnover differential, with 11 takeaways and 12 turnovers. So we've seen them pretty much turn the ball just as much as the Jets. Like I said, they have 11 turnovers and the Patriots have 12. The only difference is the Patriots defense have 11 takeaways. So their defense has really performed and really stepped up in those positions where you really need them to. And 11 takeaways. I mean, that's huge. I mean, if you take away half of those turnovers, they're in a +6 turnover difference, which is probably would be top 3 in the league. So they're really just going to have to clean up that side of the ball when it comes to turning the ball over. I don't think that it's really been much of Drake May, because he's been very good with keeping the ball in a safe position. It's more of that the running backs, receivers holding on to these balls, these special teams, not really doing their effort in keeping that ball safe. So as well as we do see the Patriots, that is a team that spreads the ball really well. They have 4 receivers over 300 yards, which is just a crazy number. I mean, 4 receivers over 300 yards. That just proves that Drake May has been able to fit the scheme of the Patriots, which is spread the ball, spread the wealth of the yards, and not really hone on one specific receiver. Yes, we do see Stephon Diggs obviously kind of taking that number 1 role, just because of the history of Stephon Diggs, and obviously we all know the receiver he is. But just in general, I mean, this Patriots team is a team that, like I said, has spread the ball really, 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 really well. I mean, they have another player in Booty with only 23 receptions, because he has been injured these past few games. But he has 23 receptions and 430 yards, so he's averaging 18 yards a game. When you have a player like that allows you to go deep and pretty much guarantee those big yards, that is a big difference maker. Not only that, we see players like just this last week, Mac Hollins, really come up big for the Patriots. He was a key player in last week's matchup, having 6 receptions and 106 yards. I do think that him, Diggs, and Hunter Henry, their tight end, is going to have to step up this game and continue to do that, because we do see Booty being out for this matchup. As well as those 4 receivers having 300 yards, 2 of them being Stephon Diggs and, like I said, Booty, which is out, have 420 plus yards. If we look at the other end, we just say Jets have 2 receivers over 200 yards without Garrett Wilson, which he is not playing this matchup. So besides him, just only 2 receivers have over 200 yards. Just something that's unacceptable. I mean, for being week 11, only having 200 yards, that's not what you want to see from your offense. We've had players on week 2 or week 3 have over 200 yards, and then when you have 2 receivers that have done that, they are the last NFL team. They are dead last in passing yards. Justin Fields is only averaging 140 passing yards. We've seen him last week against the Browns only complete 6 catches in the game that they actually pulled away and won. Breece Hall was a huge part in that win. And I believe that Breece Hall is a huge part in any game of the Jets if they are expecting to win. I do not think that Justin Fields himself, even if they barely get help from Breece Hall, I do not think that he'll be enough to win this game or to really even really keep it that close. I do really think that Breece Hall is going to have to be a player that is crucial and is going to have to come up big in this matchup, this division rivalry matchup, in case that the Jets keep this ball game close. The Patriots, they do have the best run defense in the league, only averaging 17 yards a game, which does scare me. Like I said, Breece Hall is going to have to be a huge part and is going to have to be pretty much solely one of the only reasons why they win that game, I believe. But then we see the Patriots having the best run defense, so it's kind of hard to see a way the Jets are going to win this game when their best effort on offense is the best thing the Patriots do on defense. So it's just going to be really difficult to see the Jets pull away with this one, let alone keep it a close matchup. The Jets as well have just 6 trips in red zone when they're playing away, and they've only come away with 3 touchdowns. Just 6 trips in general is just not what you want to see. I mean, they're going to get taken behind the woodshed if that's the case. If they do that in this matchup, only have 1 to 2 red zone appearances. That's just not how you win games, especially not how you win games in someone else's backyard. So, seeing that they've only been there 6 times, converted 50% on away games, Patriots New England is already a very tough place to play, as well as Jets just haven't even won a first half besides week 1 versus the Steelers. They've lost or tied every single week first half besides that week 1. They've not been able to get the ball rolling early. They have had to come back and win towards the end on those wins that they have. Last week they were tied at half, and the week that they won previously before that, they were still losing at half. So that is going to be crucial, I believe, if they can keep it close, if not keep it tied at half. I truly, truly believe that the Jets team could keep this matchup close. I believe as well as we've seen Thursday night footballs for division games, not Thursday night footballs in general, Thursday night football for division games, they've been close. We just seen this last few weeks. We seen, or not these last few weeks. We just seen this last week, Raiders versus Broncos. The way the Raiders were able to keep it that close against a Broncos team that was, I believe, over 10 point favorite. That in itself, even when we look at 49ers Rams, the upset that the 49ers had, when we look at Bengals Steelers, the upset Bengals had in the Steelers, all three of those I just named are division game Thursday night football matchups. I do believe that trend is going to continue, and that is a big reason why I will be taking Jets with the points in this matchup. It is not a premium pick. It is not something that I feel super, super great about. I feel like that this Patriots team, they're so high right now. You just got to know, just like stocks, when a stock reaches a certain point, you got to know when that down is going to happen. And everything in this world, when things come up, there must be a down. And I do believe not that it's going to be this is Patriots time to lose. I do believe that them having that 7-game win streak and all the money, literally almost all the money is on the Patriots. Patriots with the points, Patriots money line. I do believe that the sharp bettors would be more on the Jets with the points rather than laying all those points with the Patriots. Yes, we've seen them do really well. I mean, a 7-game win streak's hard to argue, but this is a division game. I mean, we've seen division games keep it as close as possible. So if I were to lean the Patriots to give you guys preferable odds rather than that 14 or 13 points we're laying, I would prefer the Patriots first half -7. If the Patriots were to win this game in a dominant fashion, I believe that this first half is the way they're going to do it as well. They're going to start strong. His Patriots team, when they're home, has been a team that knows how to win those first halves. They've been pretty much not dominant, but been pretty much clean sweeping those first half when they're at home. So I do lean towards that -7 first half. Does bring those odds to the typical -110. So as well as looking at this matchup, I do lean towards an over. We've seen that the Jets actually being able to put up a decent amount against the Browns. We've seen them put up 27 points. Yes, 14 of them were punt return and kick return touchdowns. So we take that away, they're really at 13 points. Which does make me a little bit nervous. But you just got to find spots and situations when it comes to betting NFL, and especially when it comes to division games. So those are my lean in this matchup. If you do guys like my thoughts, opinions, and just, what content I'm putting out and just these information on these games, it does help if you guys comment what your guys' picks are, your guys' thoughts for Sunday's matchup. So I'll try my best to get this content out as early as possible. I do like a few games on the board Sunday, so I'm gonna try to catch you guys Sunday for this week's matchup. Catch you guys later.